and welcome to Junk Food and You. This is the podcast where I just kind of talk about sort of general subjects, junk food, things like that. Sometimes I have interviews with people and everything like that. But today I'm going to go through a list that I have of the sort of fast food restaurants, international fast food restaurants that maybe you have, maybe you haven't heard of before, that I've tried. I would say I think all of them I probably enjoyed somewhat or had a really good experience at them. So definitely well worth discussing, I think, in this podcast, because if and when everything lightens up and we can go traveling again, I definitely recommend checking these places out. And chances are, if you're sort of a junk food fan or you like to play around and taste out junk food, if you do travel, these are places that you will definitely know about and see on your travels. So the first place I want to mention is a place called Hesburger. Hesburger is a burger place that I know they're in Finland. I think they're in Estonia and Lithuania as well, I want to say. I've tried them in a few places and it's like a standard hamburger place, but it's pretty high quality. I mean, it's tasty, it works. The flavors aren't too foreign, so even though it's generally in sort of sort of northern and Eastern Europe and areas like that, it still tends to be pretty good food, and sort of in the Baltic areas. So again, I'm not sure everywhere that they go. They kind of spread out a little bit, but the last time I had Hesburger was in Finland, and it was great. It's a great sort of simple stop. If you don't want to do McDonald's, it's an opportunity. Having said that, I could probably do a whole version of this podcast just about the different types of things I've eaten at McDonald's. So if you get a chance and you're traveling, go to McDonald's. It's well worth it, because sometimes you'll find menu items. I mean, at least go in and check out, see what they've got. Particularly in Asia, they have some really fun items that, for example, I tried a chocolate pie once, and it was like a fried pie, and it had a pink shell. So, lots of cool things. Again, I think I'll do a podcast on McDonald's alone. But the other place, Hungry Jack's. If you want to know what Hungry Jack's is, it's Burger King. Burger King, for some reason in Australia, they don't go by the name Burger King, and they go by the name Hungry Jack's. I don't know if Burger King bought this company called Hungry Jack's and took it over, or if maybe somebody already owned Burger King in Australia and so they had to change it, and they changed it to Hungry Jack's for some weird reason. I don't know who Jack is. I don't know the history of it, but I've eaten there a few times. They tend to have a few different things. Their dessert menu is actually pretty good, and their slushes. Last time I was in Australia, which was about a year ago, they had these slushes with boba in them, so the sort of jelly balls in them, and they were really good. So really good desserts, they do have some different things, but they also have things like the Whoppers and the sort of standard Burger King things. I actually find the quality is a little better than Burger King for the most part. I mean, having said that, I think Burger King quality can vary from restaurant to restaurant, or at least country to country, or province or state to state. Like that can always differ, but definitely give it a try. The next one I want to talk about is Moss Burger. Now, Moss Burger, the first time, and I think it originated in Japan. Moss Burger is fantastic. Moss Burger is amazing. I would highly, highly recommend, if you can get your hands on a Moss Burger, check it out. They have expanded. There's one at least in Thailand that I know of. There's one in Australia. I've been to one in Australia. So I imagine Southeast Asia and everything like that, where Australians like to travel, Australians seem to like it. But Japan you'll see them all over the place. The thing that they're really famous for, or sort of that I know them for, is a rice burger. And what it is it's like two patties made of rice with meat inside it. So your rice is your bun, and then there's generally like you can get like roots if you want to get like a vegetarian one, like a gobo root, or you can get a beef one. And I think there's a chicken one as well. Really good. Their burgers are also pretty good too. They have some unique sauces and everything like that. But the rice burgers are really why you want to check that place out. Check out Moss Burger. Simply Burger. I'm going to mention Simply Burger only because it's in Greece. It's a Greek chain. It's really good. I lived off those things when I lived in Greece. I loved Simply Burger. High quality meat, really good stuff. Apparently they don't cook anything from frozen as far as their beef goes. It was just good. It was a great experience. It's good, again, if you're in Greece and you're the Greek food is amazing. So, but if you decide you want a break and you want just this sort of standard burger, and again, you don't want to go to McDonald's, Simply Burger is definitely a way to go. Pizza Company. Pizza Company, the best thing I could compare it to is Pizza Hut. So think of a Pizza Hut. I think they're only in Asia, Pizza Company, but they kind of seem to be spreading around. I've had them in Thailand, Cambodia. I don't know if I've had them anywhere else, but maybe Lao. I think I've seen them in Lao. So it's basically Pizza Hut, but the sort of I'll give you the caveat. There's some crazy ingredients. So there you can get a durian pizza, seafood on lots of pizza. They had a shrimp crust pizza once where they stuffed shrimps in the crust. They had a lava pizza once where the crust was black and there was little lava formations with cheese inside of it that would bubble out when they took it out of the oven. I tried that. We've got a post on the blog on candycritic.org. If you search for pizza company, you'll see this crazy lava pizza. It was the most insane thing ever. So it's like Pizza Hut, but imagine Pizza Hut sort of got extra creative and artsy. Lateria. Lateria Burger it's a good burger place. It's, again, I would say it's sort of average-ish. But, if you're looking for something other than McDonald's, sometimes they have weird things like the black buns or super spicy foods, and depending on the country that you're in and stuff like that. I find that the problem with Lateria, other than Japan, almost every Lateria location I've ever been to, at some point always seems to be out of stuff. And sometimes they're out of a lot. Like I went to a Lateria once, and they were out of beef. And so for a hamburger place, you get the chicken burgers, but they didn't have any beef. They were just out of beef. So I don't know if that's an always thing, but I've had a few instances where I've been to a few Laterias where they were out of like, oh, we don't have French fries today. And it's like a burger place without French fries? That doesn't make any sense at all. Quick Burger. Quick Burger, I think, I've seen them in the UK, Europe, and things like that. They tend to be, I like them because there's sauces on their burgers, and you can also get you used to be able to get a range of sauces for their fries, like mayonnaise-y type things and all that, and that was always really good. And again, I would say it's another, sort of, if you can't go to McDonald's, it's a good, if you don't want to go to McDonald's, it's a good try. And if you happen to come across one, maybe on a road trip, on a truck stop or something like that through Europe, it's worth checking out for sure. Lucky Burger. Lucky Burger is something I tried in Cambodia, and I think they're only in Cambodia. They feel and look like they're not the highest quality burgers in the world, but for some reason they taste pretty good. They seem to spice their meat somehow. I'm pretty sure the patties are frozen. I've had all kinds of interesting situations at a Lucky Burger in my time, but I've never actually had a bad meal. Like, even though it's been kind of awkward or weird, or it's something made look weird, it's always tasted good, which is kind of strange. Okay, we're gonna get to some Canadian stuff here, because some of you Americans and some of you Europeans may not have traveled up north. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Tim Hortons. And if I have to talk about Tim Hortons, you obviously don't follow this very much. Tim Hortons is a donut shop in Canada, but it isn't just a donut shop. It's like a cultural identity. So if you're in Canada, I'd like to say you have to try Tim Hortons, but I would actually dare you to not try Tim Hortons, because they are everywhere. When you land in an airplane, there will be a Tim Hortons. When you cross the border, probably within a few meters of the border, there will be a Tim Hortons. In every city, there are Tim Hortons. The classic thing to get there is a coffee, which is coffee, 2 creams and 2 sugars, which is called a double-double. Timbits are also a really popular thing there, which are donut holes, or as you Americans call them, munchkins. But some of the flavors are good. They have secret menu items. They have all kinds of cool donuts. They have specialty donuts, everything like that. Definitely worth checking out if you're in Canada. The other one is Pizza Pizza, which is not quite at the level of Pizza Hut, as far as like it's sort of like the classiness of Pizza Hut. And I say that, it isn't like a sit-down restaurant. It's sort of like a Domino's, but I think it's higher quality. The thing about Pizza I've learned over my time is that the quality of a pizza completely depends on the cook. So there was a pizza where I used to live, where I used to actually walk, and like I wouldn't get it delivered because they would automatically deliver from the closest restaurant. So I would actually walk to another location just to pick up my pizza, so I wouldn't get this guy who was horrible at making pizzas at the Pizza. So, but it's an institution. The phone number's kind of famous too in the commercials and stuff. Everybody in Canada sort of knows their Pizza there's a whole jingle and everything. Particularly in the 80s, it was their phone number jingle was quite popular, but they're pretty ubiquitous, at least in Ontario. There's a lot of pizzas. I don't know how over Canada it is, but for me, that's definitely a thing. We'll go back to another Japanese thing, Yoshinuya, which is a Japanese sort of beef and rice place. And they're all over Japan, and it's a great place if you're in Japan and you're just in a train station, you want to grab a quick bite and go. But I've also seen them in other places in Asia. Particularly, they're good if like in a mall food court. Like if you see one in a mall and you're just looking for something to eat, it's definitely a good thing to go for. It's very Asian, so it's kind of fun, but it's not too intimidating. Like you're just going to be talking about chicken cutlets or beef or pork or something like that. So it's not too bad. The last one I want to talk about is Dean and DeLuca. I don't know where Dean and DeLuca is from. The only places I've ever seen them are in Asia, but it's a very European place. The sandwiches are very European, so I imagine it's in Europe as well, or it could be one of those things. Every once in a while in Asia, you find these places that seem very Western, so very European or very North American, but then you realize that they don't actually exist in those places and that it's just like a copy, or maybe an expat designed this place and started this location for other expats who want to eat sort of more European food and sandwiches. But I never thought much of Dean and DeLuca until I was traveling around Southeast Asia, and I realized that every time I just wanted a quick sandwich or something, it was always a good choice. Like I always had good food there, particularly in airports. It's a bit pricey, but it's always good. So that's about it. That's a quick list of some good fast junk food places. Definitely worth checking out if you're traveling. And it's an alternative to McDonald's. But again, I'm going to have a whole episode of this talking about how much you should probably go to the McDonald's and check that out and just see what's different. Particularly if you eat McDonald's in North America, some of the things that are there will blow your mind. So thanks for watching another episode of Junk Food and You. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at CandyCritic, or go to candycritic.org and find links to all of our other social media, including Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook, and all that fun stuff. You can also go to patreon.com/candycritic, and there you can follow us and get bonus content, get these videos early, get weekend videos, everything like that. And you can also go to our micro comic called Snack Facts. The comic is all about, talks all about the history of candy and stuff like that, told in sort of a fun way through these two characters, Barbara and Sir Francis Sweetums. So be sure to check that out. That's again candycritic.org/snackfacts. Thanks for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.